You don't have to prove anything to anyone, my friend. If you feel like being different, stop wasting your efforts to fit in and be like everybody else. You were created to stand out and be the change. You need to find that part that is making you unique. You need to find your own values, strengths, talents, skills, and shape them, evolve them, and master them, my friend. You have always been enough. You have always been enough. I have a special message for you today. As yesterday we've been talking about this upcoming age of Aquarius, and we feel it more and more and more. So as the frequency is slowly rising, you feel that rise of frequency, and with the rise of frequency, what's happening, the truth is coming to the surface. So the earth is moving into the age of truth, into the age of self-power and realization that you are God, that you always were, that you are the source experiencing itself. Everything and everyone that has misused this source power for any negative efforts will eventually be exposed. That's why more and more truth has been exposed about Hollywood, about the music industry, about certain celebrities. All of that is coming out, and if you're being prepared for all of that, many of you are or already are, it's not shocking. It's like, well, I knew this is coming up. But what's important to know is that it's up to you whether you use the information broadcasted for greater self-realization and awakening, or if you continue with criticizing and pitting others, because some people just use all of that and they, oh, it's government's fault, it's religion's fault, or whatever it is. You will realize that real knowledge is beginning to reach more and more people worldwide than any celebrities and negative news. This will only initiate a deeper quest within the minds of many to find and understand more truth that has been hidden and suppressed, leading to an even faster awakening. And that's what's happening right now. So if you feel kinda dizzy and overwhelmed with the speeding up of more and more information, it's completely okay. You need to reevaluate your priorities and recognize what truly matters to you. What's your path of awakening? What are you standing up for? Who are you? And what are you still trying to protect yourself from? Just to recognize, okay, this is my path, this is my journey, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm staying true to. And recognize what is not you. Many of the old stories are outdated and are not you. You're beginning to recognize that the real power doesn't come from beliefs. It comes from heart. It comes from understanding. It comes from love. It comes from this sense of intelligence that's within you, that is always within you. It comes from understanding that what's happening in this third dimension is actually governed by higher dimensions. And every single moment you're tapping in these higher dimensions, you're communicating with your higher self and with the source, and you're beginning to recognize that everything is a game. And you're a character in the game, but also you're writing a script of the game. You're writing a script of your own movie, and you're beginning to recognize, well, you can write a new script if you want to live more abundant life. Well, write a new script. It's like they say, rewriting of your belief systems, rewriting of your mind. You need to put into your mind the information of your future, so your future becomes more like a potential rather than something that's impossible. You need to rewrite the whole new story for yourself and recognize that every time you ascend your frequency, you will feel more joy and more happiness and more passion for existence. So joy, happiness, passion, enthusiasm, it doesn't come as the byproduct of whatever happened to you. It comes as a choice. You have to choose to plug yourself to a higher frequency and to recognize that you are the creator, that you are God, and that you are me and everybody else. Like, we are all just one, right? The saying, we are all one, it is real, it is true. We are all an extension of the source, an individual extension of one unique source, which means each of us has a unique experience here. And then through different religious beliefs, people started fighting one another because of different gods and different ideas. And then awakening happens and we recognize, well, I don't need to fight here just because somebody said to me that I need to fight and hate that other person because I am more important or my leader is more important. You recognize, well, we're all led by the same source and we don't need to follow certain belief systems just because a certain authority said or projected them onto us. We recognize, well, from where their beliefs are coming from where their ideas are coming from, what are their agendas. And all these agendas need to be exposed, and they will be exposed, and they will remind you that it's not you. This doesn't need to be your story. It's all a karmic pattern that's slowly coming to an end. As the Darken Age is ending and we're beginning to experience the Golden Age, we need to understand that we need to make it happen, right? To experience a Golden Age, you need to open up your heart and remind yourself that you're the change that is walking into a new reality. You're the change that begins within you. So everything right now will start to feel like time is continuing to speed up until collectively we'll recognize that the truth is one and simple. Understanding that simplicity will then slow you down and teach you to appreciate the nature of existence and the fundamental meaning of everything. As you begin to see the big picture, you will realize that you are the source and everything is happening within you. So many of you have already experienced that, maybe through meditations, maybe through certain deep realizations, or something happened in your life where you've come to the realization or to this deep experience that you are not separated from life. Like you go into the nature, you observe the movement of the tree and suddenly you feel connected to it, or you've been close to a certain animal or a pet and you've experienced a connection that is beyond intellectual or any belief like, oh, I'm connected with that. It has nothing with beliefs. Beliefs are just consistently repeated stories that became like a program. Oh, this is real. But deep understanding means that you know the truth beyond sometimes analytical comprehension. You just know it. That's why in ancient times people were following their hearts, like in ancient tribes and indigenous tribes. They were following their hearts. The shamans, they said, open your heart and follow its wisdom. They haven't said like, listen to your mind and listen to your inner critic. That's the truth. They said, open your heart, because heart is this intuitive voice that every time we open it up, we experience a sensation that can only be described as bliss, as ecstasy, as love. And that's what more and more and more people are awakening to. And as this awareness grows, the big picture becomes clearer, and you're beginning to recognize that you are truly the source, and everything is happening within you. Everything is happening within you. However you're choosing to see life, it's happening within you. It's not the physical experience of it, it's happening within you. Firstly mentally, then your mind starts producing chemistry in the body, and then you feel that chemistry as certain emotions, certain hormones, cortisol, whatever you feel. And then you slowly, through the process of reawakening the same thoughts and same chemistry, you become addicted to what you feel. And then you start connecting what you feel with external events, and that's what creates your perception. But as we are beginning to wake up, we start to recognize that we are actually the alchemists. And alchemists were people, scientists, who've learned to self-regulate, to produce greater chemistry, more, let's say, crystallized one, which was really a spiritual work of a shifting of internal state that starts with the shift in the mind, which brings us to the first Hermetic principle that says everything is mental. The world is mental. Mentalism, right? Everything happens in the mind of the creator. That's where everything exists. And just 2 days ago, I had this. It was a very profound experience, and it just reminded me even more that I am the creator. And every time we have this kind of experiences, it just rewires our brain to a deeper understanding where I truly am the creator. And this third dimension is actually governed by the higher dimensions, in which I am present there as much as I'm present here. And on higher dimensions, I'm still present. And then when it comes to source, I recognize I am the source. I'm not separated from it. I'm not separated from any other dimension. As much as I'm here, I'm also the source, and so are you. And so there is no separation. It's like I'm talking to myself right now, and I'm talking to the microphone, and then thousands of different people may listen to it and may find yourself like you would be talking to yourself and listening, re-listening this story that tells to you. You are the creator, you are the source, and you can write a new story for yourself. And that when that new story comes from deeper truth, deeper understanding, deeper coherence, you will recognize that every time you meet another person in your life, that person is your brother, your sister. So let's awaken more empathy, let's awaken more compassion, let's awaken more love, let's awaken more passion, enthusiasm for change. Let's wake up a new story that's based on truth, that's based on love, that's based on compassion, right? So all these profound realizations lead to a shift in perspective, allowing you to transcend the illusions of separation. And as the collective consciousness undergoes a transformative process, and a sense of unity begins to prevail. And what is a sense of unity? A sense of unity reminds us that you are me and I am you. And when I see a rock, I recognize this rock is a part of me. When I see a tree, this tree is a part of me. When I see a cat, a dog, that cat is a part of me. And therefore I will treat others like I want to be treated. I will treat everyone and everything like I want to be treated. I will not throw trash into the nature, because I would never do that to myself, and therefore I will not do it. I will not express my anger onto you, because I would never do it to myself. I will rather do a workout or something that will help me to, release that anger. And when we start to look at our lives like that, we start questioning what's really healthy for me, and how can I embody more of this healing frequency, more of this healing energy, more of this healing attitude, healing mindset, healing frequency that makes my body posture feel like I am really powerful, like I am really strong, like I am really this unique individual that is here to bring a change into existence, that is here to bring a golden age into this timeline, into this dimension, and remind everyone, hey, you are powerful, you are not weak. Sensitivity doesn't make you weak, it makes you connected to life. Your emotions doesn't make you weak, they make you feel alive. They make you sense life, and you sense what's right, you sense what's wrong, so then you can decide from your heart, from your wisdom, what to do, what you want to embody, what you want to demonstrate on this magnificent planet. What is your truth and what you're standing for? When there is no division, there is unity. When there is unity, you're standing for truth. We are all connected. The force that gives life to all the atoms, the force that gives life to electricity, the force that gives life to everything gives life to you, and that same force gives life to me, and everything we see. So we are all made out of the same thing, but we all have a unique sound to our souls. That's why universe says one verse, and each of us is created in a unique verse, in a unique sound. And intuition then means to feel your music, to feel your sound and dance to it. And dancing to it is a creation of life in your own unique way. Like some people find themselves being artists, some people find themselves being scientists, some people find themselves being storytellers, some people find themselves being inventors, some people find themselves being teachers, some people find themselves being leaders and entrepreneurs and whatever they feel called to, because they said yes to that inner song. And when you say yes to your inner song, you say no to external illusions and voices of powerless, of weak minds. You say yes to your courage, you say yes to your strength, and it lives within you. So the more individuals that awaken to this truth, the more profound the changes on a global scale. The once divisive barriers dissolve, a harmonious connection with the universe will emerge. So you will start to feel love, you will start to feel compassion, you will start to feel understanding that will become the driving force behind human interactions. So we will start to see, when you will meet your brother, your sister out in the streets, you will see in their eyes, you don't need to make small talks because there's real connection that is happening. So suddenly there will be no need for any small talks. There will only be a mission. Hey, I'm working on this. Can you help me here? I'm doing this, can you help me here? And suddenly people will naturally come together. Look, I have these skills, you have these skills, let's build this together. I have this knowledge, you have this knowledge, let's come together. And suddenly people will not say yes to wars anymore. They will say yes to their mission to better up the humanity. And suddenly you will not see chaos anymore, because you will see people who are building harmony. But it's a slow process, so don't try to speed it up, don't try to push it to happen. Just make sure you're not complaining about what's happening outside of you, but make sure that there's less and less and less chaos inside of you. Make sure that the driving force for you is love, compassion, understanding, empathy, and knowing that each day you can get 1% better in all of this. When you are in this awakened state, you will recognize there's inherent power that is really shaping your reality. More you're connected with your own truth, with your own essence, that is not a belief system, it is your beingness, your essence. More you feel the connection of the source. It doesn't need to be felt any way I can say. You just need to know, I am this, I feel this, I am God, I am universe, I am source. And I walk in it, and I create in it, and I deserve everything I decide. I deserve all the abundance because nature is abundant. I deserve health because nature thrives in health. I deserve peace because I am made out of it. I've recognized in my meditation that abundance is a frequency of peace. When you're in peace, your cells in the body will create more harmonious chemistry, which means more beautiful and profound creation, which means more health in the body, which means higher frequency. So peace is what creates abundance in your life. When you are more at peace with yourself, you will feel more in tune with incredible ideas that can completely change your life. And that comes back to simplicity. That is simplicity. Simplicity is that you learn to be at peace with yourself. You don't complicate your life because you know that you don't need to. You know that there's just little that you need. When you have more than you need, it's time for you to be of service to others. That's simplicity. And when more and more people recognize that, they get themselves on a completely different journey towards self-discovery, towards collective awakening. And we recognize, as much as it is ongoing process, it's all happening in this eternal present moment. So I want to remind you, my friend, because I know how easy it is to get lost in negative news and everything chaotic that's happening in the world. Know that if you spend your time focusing on the things that are wrong, and that's what you express and project to people, you know, you don't become a source of growth for people, you become a source of destruction for people that draws more destructiveness. If you understand that it all works out, it all worked out, it will all work out. You focus on how things can work out if you put in the work, if you set up your priorities and you stand up for what you truly know that is possible, even though you may have no idea how to make it happen. The point is that you have such a big dream that even you can't believe it's possible, but you know that it may be. So the dream should be so big that even you may not believe it's possible, but you just know you will get yourself there. That's what you need to do, and you actually don't need to believe that it will come true. You just need to believe that the process of making tiny little steps each day are making you a better version of yourself. And every time you better yourself a little bit more, like you upgrade your story a little bit more, you become conscious a little bit more, loving a little bit more, compassionate a little bit more, what happens? Your life starts reflecting that back to you. People start reflecting that back to you, and you start seeing synchronicities, serendipity start happening, and suddenly you notice, well, my life is showing me the change I am experiencing within me. If the change is not happening, maybe I just need to keep up. Maybe I just need to do this work a little bit longer, and maybe I just need to stay devoted a little bit more to what helps me to stand in my truth, to stand in my power, and to know who I truly am. So my friends, I hope you found something valuable today. A very important message to anyone who came across this: prepare yourself, because this year will be very, very interesting. But focus on yourself, focus on love, focus on what awakens your heart, and then do what you feel that you need to do. Do what that sound, that song says to you. You know what you have to do. My friends, thank you so much for being. I love you all. I support you all. And also thanks to everyone for supporting my art. With that, you're supporting this mission, and I truly appreciate that. You can find our art store in the link in the description. I'm a visionary artist, so every time I see a vision, when idea finds me, I paint it. So there's a lot of work behind it. Thank you so much for your support. And also check out our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion, and Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, and AttractPassion, where you can find daily quotes, daily reminders to uplift your spirit, and my art gallery. So check it out, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you found great value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Also share this video with someone that you feel that need to hear it. So thank you so much. Until next time.